All right, now, Shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles out of Great Millstone that rule well, that taught us his truth, and now much peace and much mercy to the hopeful elect that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. That's the brother Ayak coming back at you with another sit down and basically, going into prophecy. Scriptures tell us rather ye prophesy. So, and that's definitely what we're going to do. And we're getting into one of the main prophecies that must be fulfilled before it's all out war as far as the nuclear missiles and and the returning of Yahweh Shai. But what are the things that's going to happen? I got this article, pulled up speaking about the guillotine is, it goes hand in hand with the mark of the beast, you know, because this is one of their main methods they're going to use to basically put you in a mindset of fear, of scaring you, as if it's going to be you're going to get the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, or you're gonna take this guillotine, and basically be beheaded, and the scriptures tell you everything that you need to know, man. So it's definitely in the scriptures. And real quick, it's basically, this judge right here, I believe he's in France, or I believe, but maybe not. But basically his point was, he was saying that there's no easy or soft way to go about basically the murder or death sentence of basically an inmate or a criminal. It's either, he said, if you're going to do it, you must come to grips of that you're actually going to do something that's cruel. So he said, if you're going to do it, basically, why not get the guillotine? It's straight to the point, basically. And not only that, but for them, just even talking about bringing the guillotine back is also preparation for the people. So the people will get used to seeing a guillotine. And that's just the method of the so-called white man. Man, he wants to do it and put it on display so you can see it, and then he basically starts to use people as basically an example of, hey, this can happen to you type. You know what I mean? That's really how he gets down. When you think about, because this is Rome all over again. So when you think about there was a show that I used to watch on HBO. I think it was called Gladiator. I think so. But basically, they were looking for this dude, and nobody would confess, where his whereabouts was. So that basically they had grabbed somebody out of the crowd and basically hung them to, nailed them to a cross, basically. Just got the knife, the nails, and drove them all the way through. Their just like they did our Lord and Savior, basically. To be an example, for whoever doesn't want to comply. So this is no difference as far as the guillotine. It's going to be the same thing, man. People will be beheaded, and it will be, it will be used to, basically scare the people into, taking the chip, basically, But let's grab Revelations really quick, and then we'll get into a couple precepts that I had lined up. So we'll grab, Revelations. That's going to be chapter 20, and we'll get right into verse 4. It says, "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Hamashiach Yahushai, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their forehead or in their hands." And that's the point I wanted to get. It says the people that you seen get beheaded, basically, it was those that were the witness of Yahweh Shai. They were persuaded in their own mind that Yahweh Shai, is real, and he's the true Savior, which is going to come back and reign, and for the word of the Most High, because the word is true, and there's no way to disfigure the word. It stands alone by itself. That's why it doesn't need any mate, like the scriptures tell you. It doesn't need the Book of Mormon to back it up, or or the Book of the Dead, or the Quran. It doesn't need any of that. It stands alone. But basically, the beheading are those that it says that would not worship the beast, neither his image, neither have received a mark in their foreheads or in their right hands. So it says neither his image. So the thing that the imagination of the beast, man, they these are the people that will not conform to that. That wouldn't bow down into the imagination of Esau. Running the whole world for eternity. Nor receive the mark, so the mark, and which is the RFID, so he can have total control. And speaking of that, I had a precept on that as far as the total control, man. And this is simple for those that get it, man. I don't know. I still, there's still camps out there that are teaching that the mark of the beast is not the RFID chip. I really don't. I don't know how you come to that conclusion, but let's grab this precept just to paint the picture. And this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. It says, "Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as a power sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High." So run that back, just to give more understanding. It says, "Who opposeth and exalted himself." So he opposed, basically the Bible, and he opposes Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Basically, he feels that he's high and almighty, and it says, he exalted himself above all that is called God or a power. Any big power name out here, the so-called white man, he exalts himself above that, and that's how, that's that pride, or that is worship. So run that back, or that is worship. See, so that's Krishna or Buddha, anything that you may be in, Egyptology, anything, he, so-called white man, his plan is to exalt himself above all that, above Yahweh himself, above, Buddha or anything else, anything else that is worship. So anything that you worship, so that he as a power sitteth in the temple. So he wants to basically be, worshipped, showing himself that he is God. And when you think about the RFID chip, he's definitely figured out a way to do that. You think about it, man. If you watch the videos on RFID, it basically has it to where you can't buy, sell, or trade. So that's already control right there. Basically like a god. He wants you to ask him for permission to do everything, basically. And once he say no, that's a real no, and that's final. And man, it's the damn pride and arrogance of the so-called white man. Let me see real quick. Okay, because I got Daniel chapter 3, and I want to get into a couple of things really fast, man. Because the scriptures tell us that there's nothing new under the sun, So, the dominance that the so-called white man wants is nothing new. And the way he's going to go about doing it is nothing new as well. And to prove that, I got Daniel, the 3rd chapter, verse 2. Speaking on Nebuchadnezzar, same type, it's the same thing, really, if you think about it. It says, "Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains and judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of province, to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up." See, so it's said he calls it all. So the setup that the so-called white man has, this is something that's not just for America. This is for the whole world. You know what I mean? Like it says right here, judges, governors, captains, counselors, sheriffs, rulers, all the top hitters out here, basically. It's gonna be a witness of the technology that he's going to use, because they're gonna have to take the chip as well. So this is Daniel chapter 3 verse 5. It says, "That at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. So, he's basically saying at a point in time, I'm going to need all of y'all to fall and bow down to into the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up, because we know, if you know the story, then you know about the statue he had set up to be worshipped. And it's the same thing with the mark of the beast, the image, the imagination of that he has in mind. He's, it's going to come to a point in time that he's going to need everybody to worship, even the so-called average white man, man, he's not even for his own people, man. That's crazy. But yeah, it calls them to worship as well. Verse 6, it says, and whoso falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. So, look at you. He even put a time limit. He said, I'm gonna give you an hour. So you want to think about it, or counsel amongst yourselves. But I'm gonna give you an hour to figure it out. And if you don't bow down, he said, I'm gonna put you in this burning fiery furnace. So it's the same format, but instead of the furnace, you got this guillotine that he wants to definitely behead a lot of people, which scriptures had already prophesied about it. So it will come to pass. The point is, we must not take the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. That's no matter what, man, because it's the hour of temptation that talks about in Revelation the 3rd chapter. Everybody gonna have to deal with that, man. So even the people that are not pushing that the RFID chip is a mark of the beast gonna have to be confronted with that day. That's okay. Let's get to this is Revelation, still the 3rd chapter, but we're gonna go to Revelation's 3rd chapter, verse 14. It says, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, suckbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast in the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And, this is the point, and who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hand? See? So, the pride of Esau, the so-called white man, that's how he's going to come at you, basically. He's saying, basically, look, you're going to get this chip, or you're going to go into this guillotine, and don't even worry about praying. That's what he's saying. He's saying, like, what God is going to deliver you out of my hands, because he's going to be able to behead people right in front of you, so you can see that, that they actually got beheaded. So he's going to use that as an example to say, so now what God is going to deliver you out of his hands? You see, at that time, the scriptures tell you that we must walk by faith. The just shall live by faith, actually. So we're gonna have to hold fast to our faith, man. And scriptures tell you do not take the mark. That's in Revelations. It tells you do not take the mark of the beast. Because if you do that, the scriptures tell you that you're gonna get the indignation of the Most High. Without mixture. So everybody's gonna have to have a choice to make, basically. So this is part of prophesying, and we're just saying what's to come. That's the meaning of prophesy. It's saying what's to come. Let me get to the point and wrap it up. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 18. It says, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So this is the mindset that, to be in. It's saying, O king, or whoever, O president, or whoever, the O elite, or, they call themselves the Illuminati, these banking families. It's saying, it says, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So we will not serve you as you are a god, or is the Most High. nor we would, and we're not going to worship the image which thou hast set up. So the imagination of the mark of the beast, which is RFID chip, and total dominance forever, we're not going to conform to that, no matter what. So if you got to behead us, then, so be it, Verse 19, it says, then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and this is how he's going to come at us when, when you say no. It says, full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated. So for us saying no, we will not conform to the mark of the beast, to the imagination of Esau, exalting itself as the Most High and ruling forever, for us saying no to that, instead of him heating the furnace up 7 times normally than it was, in the story of Nebuchadnezzar, you could just imagine him bringing out more guillotines, having people maybe even sharpen them even more right before our eyes. You know what I mean? That's how serious it is. It's going to be, get down and lay down on both sides, because ultimately this is the Most High's movie. So ultimately it's the Most High sharpening the guillotines, saying, okay, hey, the faith that you live by, that you believe and trust in my word, have this sharpened even more to see, just to see if you'll change your mind, because it's the test, man. It's the hour of temptation, But basically, still the mind state, man. Still, we must not waver. Don't have any, like the Apostle Tahar had said. He don't have any plans on taking the mark of the beast, which is RFID chip, and so do the other apostles and elders that's under him, and as well as the brothers. That's the mind state that we'll hold fast to. And we just know that this is how the white man will get down eventually. So we just putting out that warning, going back to Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel, basically, to be the watchman and to give warning to the people. So we're definitely on our job, basically, and with that being said, a call all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and speaking on all praises, we must hold fast into what He has said. Regardless. A call halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone that rule well. Much peace, much mercy to the hopeful elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. Until next time, Shalom.